I guess the podcast has officially begun. Welcome, everyone.
All right.
All
Do you
right.
want to do the
You,
intro,
you do the
Michael?
intro. I hate doing the intros.
Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Next on the Docket 0.1. This is still in the beta phase here, so we will be doing this a little more, and we're currently on 0.1. We've got a guest with us today, Cheyenne Nadiri. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What's your Twitter handle?
To be honest, I gotta check. I can't remember. It's
It's really special to have our second guest not know his own Twitter handle.
it's at Cheyenne NAD, if you will.
All right. I'm Michael Lau at I am Michael with 2 L's on Twitter.
And I am at Ian Vanagas on Twitter.
All right.
Great.
And now that we got all the
Well-
intros out of the way, let's get into our first topic of the day. Black Panther trailer. Did anyone see that? I'm sure everyone here
Hype.
saw that.
Very exciting. Big
Yeah,
day.
Honestly, I think it's one of the few things I'm looking forward to in terms of Marvel.
In terms of
In
Marvel,
terms of life.
Oh yes.
I think it's pretty interesting. Like the colors and the design choice that they made. Every Marvel movie recently has been really like colorful and that kind of stuff, which I really enjoy. So hopefully this will be the same. Well, not the same, a little bit different, I guess. What I've heard is they're really inspired by Blade Runner, and I know all three of us really love Blade Runner, right, Cheyenne?
Oh, yo. Denny Villeneuve, shout out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that. You two, it didn't sound like you two really liked the first one, but
Yeah,
Well,
we're like
yeah,
polar
I like the
opposites.
first one more now, but
Yeah, we like the second one. Well, wait,
I didn't really
you like the first
understand.
one, Ian?
I didn't really understand the first one when I first watched it, but now I do more.
I don't.
Like, it makes more sense now.
I still think it's like really slow and really boring as opposed
Wait,
to
compared to the second
the
one?
second one is really slow, but it's actually interesting though, in my opinion. You know.
Okay. Well, Black Panther.
I can't
yeah.
believe we first topic of the day we got into Blade Runner. Is it gonna happen every day? Like
The Denny Villeneuve podcast.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, Black Panther looks fantastic. Used good music. The costumes are really cool. Characters look really cool. Universe looks really cool.
Yeah, the
Just-
world that they're building, Wakanda, like first you saw it in Avengers Age of Ultron, you just saw like this like third world country looking Wakanda, and now you get into like
Wait, didn't you see it in Civil War?
no, that was Lagos. They were in actually, were they? Yeah, they were. You saw it in Age of Ultron and they were in Civil War, but you never really got to see the high tech side. And in this
Yeah, that's
in this
really
new
cool.
trailer, like you get to see them like it's almost like Themyscira in Wonder Woman, where it's like the entire area, like their entire country is basically just like hidden from the rest of the world, which is pretty interesting. And they have like all this really high tech that no one else, even Tony Stark, doesn't know about, which is super cool.
even Tony Stark, honestly, wow.
Who would win in a fight? Billionaire,
That's
playboy, philanthropist, Tony Stark, or
A
Black
bunch of
Panther.
Africans with sticks.
Hey, they're not just Africans with sticks. They're more than that. They're human beings.
Yeah, I'm joking. That's a joke.
Yeah, no
Wouldn't
racial.
wouldn't it be cheaper if they actually went to a third world country and just shot there? instead of-
I'm sure they did, but I mean, like, actually, no.
I mean, it's like 90% CGI, so it doesn't matter really where you shoot.
They shot in Korea. I know that. South
Wait,
Korea.
CGI. What are they CGI?
Wait, didn't one of the scenes
They
like
CGI
in the
every-
trailer
what?
set in like Japan or Korea or
There,
anyways?
well, there is they went to Korea to shoot. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Wakanda or it's gonna be Korea. I feel like it's probably gonna be Korea. They're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like a worldwide, like an adventure kind of thing. But I really want to
It's a
see
worldwide.
more of Wakanda, and it's like high tech stuff. Especially there's this one scene in the trailer where T'Challa is like running, chasing like a car or something, and then he like turns from regular citizen into like Black Panther. Just like the costume just appears out of nowhere, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, and then there's the classic meme of What's the bad guy in Black Panther? Oh, it's just Black Panther, but a bad guy.
Classic, yeah. The Ironmonger, the Ant-Man, the Ant-Man bad guy was another version of Ant-Man. I mean, you, I don't know. It's a
Fighting
Marvel
fire with
movie.
fire. Makes sense.
Spider-Man, bad guy's just evil
What are you
Spider-Man.
talking about?
That wa-
That's Spider-Man 3.
Venom is just evil
Yeah, but
Spider-Man.
like the first movie, usually you get the polar opposite. Venom's
Yeah,
special
yeah,
case, you know, or not
yeah.
polar
Dude,
opposite.
Venom.
I mean like evil version of the character.
Venom was dope, man.
Yeah, Venom. I liked
So dope.
Spider-Man 3 was I enjoyed Spider-Man 3 for all the shit it gets. I really
Original trilogy, GOAT trilogy.
yeah, dude. Sam Raimi made something really special out of the original trilogy with Tobey Maguire. And hopefully, I mean, like, have you guys heard anything? You guys know about the Venom movie?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's gonna be. I think it could be like it's like 50-50, like if it's gonna be good or bad. You know, like it's got Tom Hardy from Mad Max and everything. Like he's a really good actor. I really like him in everything. In all of Nolan's movies, Interstellar. Wait, he wasn't in Interstellar. He was in what do you call it? That new war movie, Dunkirk. And then he was also Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Everything, and also wasn't he? Oh yeah, he was in Inception. That was really cool too. A lot of Nolan movies. But I think if he's Venom, if he plays Eddie Brock, I think it'll be like really interesting. He'll bring like a good version of Eddie Brock to the screen, hopefully. And I've heard other
Yeah, he's a
like
good actor.
their cast is just like packed with like really good actors, like people you guys probably haven't heard of. Ian, I think you'll know this guy, the guy from Nightcrawler, the assistant to Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wasn't he like Indian guy?
Yeah, he was an Indian guy. His name is some weird name. I forgot his name.
Aziz Ansari.
No.
Dev Patel.
I wish, dude.
Just naming Indians.
But he was really good. I think and people were saying he could be Carnage. Could you see that Indian dude be Carnage? Like that'd be dope. But I've also heard other things that he's not going to be Carnage, so. But there's a bunch,
Well-
like it's a star-studded cast. I'll tell you this, and it was the director of Zombieland. If you guys watched that,
Zombieland was playing at the local theater.
yeah, Zombieland. I enjoyed Zombieland, so hopefully they can make something good out of it. Like even with all the bad.
Fuck me.
We're doing
Now
a
it's gonna
podcast.
ruin everything, Michael.
I'll cut him out. Oh, dude, I put the thing, the limit to 3 people, and he still somehow joined. I don't understand.
It's no,
I shoulda just
since
kicked
we're
his
synced,
ass.
It doesn't matter. Since we're synced, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll just cut him out. What are we talking about again? Now that we're talking about Venom movie, and Ruben Fleischer, the director of Venom movie. I was gonna say there's a lot of bad press going into the Venom movie just because they said it's not gonna be part of the MCU. It's gonna be its own thing, which doesn't really make sense if you think about it, because they can't have Spider-Man in the movie then, so they just have Venom. That's separate from the rest of the universe.
Mm.
There's that. Anything else on Black Panther? If anyone wants to give any more opinions, lingering thoughts, if you will.
Lingering thoughts. Hashtag lingering
I will-
thoughts.
We haven't seen too much yet. I don't know. I feel like.
There's been 2 trailers. I mean
they've
the
got
second
2
trailer
full-length
definitely showed a
trailers.
lot more than the first one.
Oh yeah.
The next is a movie, so
I
or we'll
guess,
get
I
one more
guess that's
trailer, I
all,
guess.
all we're gonna get. So.
Well, there's probably gonna be a final trailer with like extra stuff,
Yeah.
but not a lot. I wouldn't.
The
We'll get it
trailer they
at
actually showed, like,
Excuse me.
Dope.
Next,
next
on the
on the
docket.
docket.
Whoa, synced up there. I can use that as our sync. Netflix to spend $8 billion on content. This is more your article, Ian. So why don't you go ahead and explain it to our viewers?
So yeah, Netflix plans to spend $8 billion in content in the next year, so 2018, which is crazy amount, and they're planning to release 80 movies, so one every 4.5 days, which is just a crazy amount of stuff. Just gonna be like some real bulk coming in from the flicks in 2018. I mean, it just really makes you think about kind of all this stuff. Or is it gonna all be bad? Like what's it called?
What?
Ghost. No. What's the original movie they released like a month ago? The anime movie.
Death Note.
Death Note.
Oh yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. Okay, is it all gonna be like Death Note, or is there gonna be
I
some
mean,
good
obviously
stuff?
there's gonna be
I
some
mean,
shit in it, like
I mean,
80
obviously when you
billion
throw it at
dollars.
a wall, something sticks.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll see.
I think one of the main reasons it's like more of like a, I don't even know what to call it. It's like Netflix recently. I don't know if you guys heard this, but Disney's trying to pull all their stuff from Netflix by like a certain year in like 1 or 2 years. So they'll lose a lot of their content if they don't do something. And I think this is kind of their initiative to kind of start creating original content, so nobody can like fuck with it or like pull their content whenever they're gonna start their own like competitive streaming service. So like this could be good. Like, and Netflix usually makes pretty good movies. Like you get some shit sometimes, but most of the times they get some good stuff.
80
Well,
original
TV
movies
shows.
is just, oh my god, it's
Is
so
it
many
80? I thought it
movies.
was $8 billion just used on movies.
Yeah, okay. Part of the 1 billion to 2 billion increase in its content budget will come from original movies. Ted Sarandos, the company's chief content officer, said that Netflix will release 8 films this quarter. By the end of next year, he expects the streaming service to release 80 original movies.
I mean, financially speaking and like business-wise, I'm sure that's like one of the main reasons was the Disney thing where they want to make their own streaming service.
Yeah, business-wise, I mean, it makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense because you can kind of own that content forever. You own all the IPs
Yeah.
off that content. So, like, Stranger Things obviously is raking in the dough.
Yeah, but that's not really a
And will
TV show or
continue
not a
to.
movie, right? They only said movies, or is it just on content?
Well, it will be on
Okay,
content.
okay.
So I'm sure that's more content. And then, like, you have hopefully you'll get another couple of good IPs.
Yeah, I mean, like,
House
dude,
of
they
Cards is a
did
pretty
do
good
some
one.
really good
They have,
stuff.
like, they already have, and that's on, like, a much smaller budget. And then that stuff is permanently attached to Netflix, so it doesn't even matter. You don't have to deal with Disney at all. You don't have to deal with any of the big guys. It'll just be kind of Netflix forever. Stock bump from Netflix too, so people are liking this.
Like, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say this year they had some pretty good stuff. Just off the top of my head, what was it? Ozark. I really enjoyed Ozark and Mindhunter. We'll get into that later, but two really good shows, and I'm sure if I looked up more, there are probably some really, really good shows.
Master of None season 2.
Oh yeah, Master of None. I really love Master of None. Please, Aziz Ansari, if you're listening to this podcast, please God, do more, please. Shine,
I don't know how to.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how to feel about the movies though. I mean, Netflix series have always been pretty solid. I mean, especially recently, right? But I don't know in terms of movies, other than like Okja, like what else have they released that was really?
Yeah, I'm trying to
was really,
think.
game-changing?
I watched some of them, and some of them were like under the radar, pretty bad. I know there's this one called War Machine with Brad Pitt. It was just like a military movie.
I watched Okja and War Machine. Okja is definitely.
Yeah, I just heard really bad things about War Machine. And what did you think?
I mean,
about
War
it?
Machine was okay. I didn't think it was awful.
Have you
but
watched? I watched this one called Sandcastle with Henry Cavill's Superman.
I didn't watch that.
I watched
one,
that
no.
one. That was okay, I guess. It wasn't
I
anything
watched
special.
Icarus.
Now that I think,
Icarus
now
was
that Cheyenne
fantastic.
says that, like, yeah, Netflix movies, there aren't many like good Netflix movies. It was mostly like
Yeah.
series that they do that are really good and like critically acclaimed. You know.
I mean, I think they've been focusing on series at the moment
Yeah.
just because it gives you a ton of content. People
Yeah.
associate Netflix with binge watching,
Yeah.
and movies can be more expensive.
Mhm.
And so it's just easier to let the guys do their thing and just buy them off them. But now at this point, now that the Disney and other big guys have realized that this is like a ton of money in the long term that they're losing out on by giving these or selling these over to Netflix, they're gonna more and more will pull out, or more and more will. It will just be tougher for Netflix, even though it already was tough. So they're kind of changing it. Also, like Netflix sees pressure from Amazon, who like won an Oscar or won
Oh yeah,
Oscars
that's
last
right. I
year.
forgot about that. I
And
just watched The Big Sick. It was actually really good, and I was surprised. Like when I saw Amazon Studios on it, I was like, dude, that's pretty good. Like they should be. They probably are gonna pursue that more, like original content by, like weird streaming services like Amazon. You would associate Amazon with like just online shopping, right? But like apparently in the American industry, I don't know how many people actually use Amazon, their streaming service here in Canada, but it seems like it's fairly popular. It's like a competitor to the rest, like Hulu and Netflix.
yeah, well, the thing is with that is that Netflix ties it to Amazon Prime, so they use their movies and Oscar wins and stuff like that as a way to get people to buy into Prime. So
Yeah.
then once they're in Prime, Amazon gets like money from them, and they're more likely to order more stuff from Amazon. So it just like brings them into their ecosystem, and Netflix can't really do that at all.
Super smart.
So yeah,
That
I mean it's
that CEO Bezos, is it Jeff Bezos?
Jeff.
That guy, dude. There's this one picture where you see him like when he just started being CEO, as opposed to when he's the current CEO, like right now, and he looks
Yeah,
like
the jacked,
from
the
nude
Terminator
nerd
Jeff
to
Bezos.
like nerd to real badass. That
Yeah,
guy,
Terminator
I
Jeff
think
Bezos.
he's like one of the like highest paid CEOs right now, right?
Well, he owns a bunch. He owns stock in Amazon, and he
Damn,
doesn't
dude.
really do anything philanthropic.
Phil.
Philanthropic.
He's an
You know what I
entrepreneur,
mean.
right? Like, but he just doesn't have that
Philanthropy.
the deep side to him like the other ones.
Well, I mean, obviously he's going to do some at some point. He just hasn't really done it yet. Like the other big CEOs have kind of done it.
Yeah.
Like Zuck and what's his name? Zuck
Ty?
and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett.
And Ty.
Yeah,
I
Ty
forget
Lopez. All of
Ty
them
Lopez.
donating a lot to charity. But Bezos hasn't as much. But his whole worth is tied to Amazon stock, so he can be the richest man in the world one day and then lose like 20 billion off like a small dip in stock. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, Amazon's getting big real quick.
The CEO watch. Everyone says
They've been eating big.
Elon Musk and the Zuck and Ty, but everyone forgets about your boy Jeff.
yeah, your boy Jeff.
Your boy
Playing
Jeff,
really
Amazon
under the
Alexa.
radar, honestly.
Jeff Keighley. Yes,
I think that's about it. Like, do you have any other lingering thoughts for this topic, Cheyenne or Ian?
Nah.
No.
no, that was all pretty clear, crystal clear.
I think our next thing I want to talk about is just go through more Netflix. And now, since we're on the topic of Netflix, on our list here we have Ozark. We can talk about Ozark, new Punisher trailer, and Mindhunter. Cause Ian, have you finished Mindhunter?
No, I'm on like episode 5.
All right. I won't go into spoilers, but I guess let's start with that. Mindhunter. Cheyenne, have you watched or heard anything about Mindhunter?
I've heard of it actually. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But,
basically.
I've heard good things. Yeah.
Yeah, what I've heard, or not what I've heard, but like how I would describe the show is like a crime show set in the 80s that's based on analyzing serial killers, but they didn't have a term for serial killers back then, so they're like
Sequence killers.
yeah, they called them sequence killers before they invented the term serial killers. But it was like really good, kind of look into the mind of some really popular American serial killers back then in the 80s.
Wait, were they real people?
Yeah,
Like,
from what I was reading some articles, and some of them are, I don't know if all of them are, but I know like a couple that I've read up on are actual serial killers. Like, I don't know if you've gotten to that point. That's probably later in the show that. Like,
oh,
one of
I
the
know.
guys-
Oh, Edmund Kemper is a real one.
Yeah, Kemper. I guess he's a real one, but I'm thinking of another dude. But oh my god, like
I'm at the second dude.
dude.
But I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
There might be
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people
No,
that
don't
haven't
worry,
listened to
don't
it.
say anything then. But like I was thinking about it, like the guy who directed, I think Fincher directed 3 episodes, but whenever I like Fincher, the best thing he's done in my opinion is Zodiac Killer, or the Zodiac Killer movie called Zodiac with Chesty Jake. And
Yeah.
oh my
Interesting.
god, it's so good. Zodiac is actually so good. It's like and Mindhunter is kind of like a look into someone like the Zodiac Killer, and now all I can think about is one. Hopefully, in a season of Mindhunter, they'll kind of like delve into the Zodiac Killer, and kind of
Oh,
try
it's
to
gonna be
figure
the
it out.
Zodiac Killer cinematic
Oh
universe,
my
or what?
god. No, not even Zodiac, the ZCU. Like, I just wanna. I'm just so interested by the Zodiac Killer, like all the things that he's done. It's like super
Ted
creepy,
Cruz.
and we never really like know. We like people say that they caught him, but some people think that he's still out there, or not still out there, but like,
I think he's still out there, and he goes by the name of Ted Cruz. If you
Yeah, it's
what is
true.
this Ted Cruz meme?
He kind of looks like a sketch of the
Oh, really?
Zodiac Killer. So like
Yeah, you gotta-
so like
The
people were
Zodiac Killer is
harassing him
super
for
thin,
the
though.
entire I mean presidential elections last year.
Yeah.
And recently, like literally last week, he tweeted out a picture of like the Zodiac Killer like thing. Like there's like the symbols, like all of the symbols. He tweeted one out.
Why, dude?
Just as a reply,
such a-
because it was like this back and forth. He's
What
being
the
a
heck,
troll.
dude. I didn't know Ted was such a memester.
Yes.
Some-
when are we getting Ted Cruz
Yo,
on Mindhunter?
Yeah.
This is good
David
evidence.
Fincher.
Some guy at Zeppo Wilbury tweeted, Ted Cruz was born in Calgary. The Zodiac Killer's first two victims were named Cal and Gary.
Oh my god.
Hashtag
I think
Zodiac
this.
Ted.
What's this guy's name? What was the Twitter dude? He broke the case.
At Zeppo Wilbury.
Zeppo Wilbury basically broke the case. I think it's new
Zeppo, if
evidence.
you're listening right now, tweet us.
Yeah, definitely. Tweet the Duolo podcast and let us know your Zodiac theories.
We'd love to get you on the show.
Back to Mindhunter. I was gonna say, I think I said all I've wanted to say. What did you think about it? Like, what's your current thoughts on 5 episodes in?
The payoffs are really good.
Mhm.
Like whenever something good happens, I'm so happy. Like I won't spoil, but like whenever they're doing something and then it leads into like a payoff, it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna really spoil it, but like, basically, the two main characters kind of when they're analyzing these serial killers, they also get to help out on cases across the country, and it's just super cool. I thought it was gonna be like for the first episode they're gonna do this case for the entire season, but it was nice to see them move from one case to another, and that was really really interesting, applying what they learned from the serial killers that they've interviewed into actual cases. And also one thing, you probably haven't gotten to this point, but the main character, was it Agent Ford? He at first I thought he was like a really one-dimensional character, but as the show progresses, I think he really definitely like becomes a more dynamic character, as we would say in English class.
Wow, good job, Michael. Our English 12 teachers would be really proud of you.
Yep, they would.
Damn, I really fucking hated Miss Crosby, man.
Okay, we can edit that up.
I'm gonna keep that one in. Cheyenne, so you're gonna give it a watch, or?
Yeah, I probably will actually. As soon as I get this computer science out of the way. Some computer science I gotta do.
Oh, also I really want to say the cinematography on some of the stuff was really really good, especially the David Fincher ones. And also
Yeah, shout out David Fincher.
they
Shout
they
out
did a total Guardians of the Galaxy thing. Well, it's not really Guardians thing, but it was like they added some
Playing
really
old
cool
music.
It's not.
Playing cool music is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I
thing?
relate it to
That old
Guardians,
music.
Okay,
but it's
okay.
really it's just I don't know. It's a really
That
cool
old
thing.
music thing actually, it's getting pretty popular.
Yeah, no,
Like,
everyone's
look at, like,
doing it.
Baby
now.
Driver,
Baby Driver,
you know,
Guardians, now David
Guardians,
Fincher.
yeah.
It's cool.
No movie has had music before Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, but I mean like a TV series with like old school music, you know?
Yeah, I feel like the 80s before the 80s actually,
The 70s, 80s vibe is definitely becoming a popular, like
coming
super
back,
popular,
It's
yeah.
like coming back and popular.
Yeah, the 80s are the new 90s.
Yeah. So I guess we'll move on to the next thing. Netflix's Ozark was the most popular streaming show this summer.
Yes.
Cheyenne, did you watch it?
Oh no.
Of course not. You're not a real
Great guess.
Ozark.
Yeah, so show of the year for me this year.
Hey, Ozark also used not old school music, but they used music, like
Yeah, Dexter.
really
Shout
cool
out.
music. Like I really enjoyed all of it. Every
Cheyenne,
time.
you have to watch the first episode at least, purely for the ending.
Yeah, Cheyenne, dude.
Of the first episode.
Have you watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
It's basically not like I wouldn't say it's a shittier version. It's like a downgraded version of Breaking Bad. I would say it's really good still.
Wouldn't you just be like comparing it with Breaking Bad all the time and be disappointed if it's like a downgraded version?
I guess. I don't know. No, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to be depressed all the time, yeah, I guess so.
It's a really good show. You should watch Mindhunter and Ozark tonight, okay? And tell us your thoughts
All
tomorrow.
of it.
Will do.
Like, be Michael and just don't go to sleep and just watch
Yeah,
TV.
dude. When new Stranger Things Tonight Bras premieres, I'm going to watch at least 4 episodes. I'm telling you right now.
At least 4.
4 episodes when it comes out
That's
at
not a
12
lot.
a.m. Okay.
I'm gonna watch at least 6.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed Ozark. It was like kind of a surprise because every time I see Jason Bateman's face, the main character, I just relate it to comedy and horrible bosses. And that's not like he kind of plays the same character in everything. Like I'm trying to think horrible bosses, and he was also in Hancock with Will Smith. He was like the supporting character. He basically played the same character from Horrible Bosses. He just does the same thing over and over again, and it's really interesting for him to actually do something different and like do a darker thing on television. Not really television, on Netflix.
So he's not playing the same guy.
No, he's not playing. He's not
Okay.
the same character from Horrible Bosses.
So we don't have like a Vince Vaughn situation. then.
I don't know who. Oh, Vince.
Ozark's confirmed in the Horrible Bosses universe.
Yeah, the HCU. I love all these cinematic universe jokes. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and also like it seems like it's really Jason Bateman's show as well. Like I think he directed a lot of them, and I'm sure he put a lot of money into the show itself, and it was just really really good. And that's what happens when Netflix gives you like all the freedom in the world to do whatever you want. All these shows come out, and it's like amazing. That's why like I think like $8 billion on Netflix content next year there's gonna be a lot of good stuff.
I mean, it depends on what kind of people they hire. If they hire good people, then it's good. But if they, I don't know, we'll see.
It's really funny. I watched the last South Park episode, and it was like about the kids becoming superheroes and trying to get a series on Netflix. And when they called in, Netflix would answer, and it's like, Netflix, you're greenlit. Like everything they do, if you just like pitch them any idea, they'll greenlight your idea. They'll like put it into a series and everything. It was super funny, like joke in the show.
That's how it is in real life.
Yeah, Netflix will greenlight anything you throw at them. Like
Yeah,
$8
we
billion
have
on
a,
content. I think we should pitch our own TV show to Netflix.
We have Next on the Docket podcast TV show coming.
I think a lot of people would enjoy
2018.
that. Binge watch your favorite
Podcast.
guests. Like we should have a 10-episode series every season, right?
With like Cheyenne as a guest.
With options to renew and expand, add additional episodes and everything. Would you enjoy that,
Yeah.
Cheyenne? Would you enjoy being paid
So-
the Netflix money?
Of course, Netflix. If you're listening, hit me up. DM me on Twitter.
I think my
Cheyenne.
DMs are open. Feel free to slide.
Yeah, just slide. I've already greased them up for you.
Ian, do you have any thoughts on Jason Bateman's Horrible Bosses cinematic universe?
Ozark's fantastic TV show.
Yeah,
You should watch it.
it's really good.
Really
I
feels shitty.
suggest
I haven't
anyone to watch it. Go ahead, Cheyenne.
seen any of these.
They're really good. Really, really good. Let's see. Next thing. I guess it's a pretty quick one. This one won't be as long for the Netflix stuff. The new Punisher trailer. I think you've watched that, Cheyenne, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That looks really
Excited.
interesting.
Yeah, you retweeted the Japanese edition
Yeah,
of it
dude, that
because
was
he's a weeb.
Yeah. What are you doing, dude?
It was Kojima. I saw it because Kojima retweeted it, and then I just retweeted.
I
that
wonder if
because I didn't
Kojima's
see-
gonna watch it. Now that I think
Oh,
about
he
it.
definitely will. I mean, if he retweeted it, he's definitely gonna see it. He's a big fan.
75% of my body's made up of movies.
But not television shows. That's 25%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true actually.
I was gonna say, like what I said last week on the podcast. It was like they moved the release date. It was supposed to be this month, I believe, for Punisher, but because of the Vegas shooting, they actually moved it to November 17th. And I believe Jeff Loeb, the Marvel TV producer, actually said that's true. They wanted to move it just to like pay respects to the victims of the Las Vegas shooting, which I think was a pretty like responsible idea.
They're pretty lucky that they didn't like lock in a release date.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
actually, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, they're really, really, really lucky that they didn't show anything, or else I mean, it wouldn't be that bad like if they delayed it, but it was just like
yeah,
really good well, not good timing. I mean, but I mean, like
it's messed up.
it was
but-
a coincidental good thing, you know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, but yeah, they
I mean,
got lucky.
the release date got lucky.
Yeah,
That was the only thing that
the
got
release
lucky
date
that
is the
day.
only thing that got lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I haven't watched the trailer. I watched it like a couple days back, so I don't really remember anything. But it looked like really cool. I really hope this is like the John Wick of Netflix. That's what I want Punisher to be.
I'm hyping up the Punisher as the best Netflix, the best MCU Netflix
Definitely.
movie,
Like,
the best Defenders.
yeah, like
or
after you saw him
TV
in
show,
Daredevil,
sorry.
I think Daredevil is the best series out of all of them. Next to
Yeah, and
Jessica
he
Jones.
was like the best part of
Yeah,
that season.
dude, when he left for like after the first half of that second season, kind of sucked. Like you didn't see him as much. But now that he gets his own show, I'm like, dude, I feel like it's such a miracle that he actually got his own series. But I'm sure it was because of, like how they portrayed him in season 2 that like so many people, all the fans, the Daredevil fans, really wanted to see more, and that was
Mhm.
and Netflix made a really good choice. I really hope he shows up in Defenders now. Now that he's got his own first season, and
Yeah.
Defender season 2 will get like, but I don't know, like Punisher teaming up with these defenders that only like incapacitate people while Punisher is just like kills everyone. So I don't know if that's gonna be
Yeah,
a conflict
I don't
of
know if that's
interest.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
So,
maybe not. Maybe he'll just be in his own Punisher universe.
hopefully, Daredevil crosses over into a bit of.
That'd be
Punisher,
cool.
like
That
you
would be
said,
cool
yeah.
because I know right now they're filming Luke Cage season 2, and Iron Fist is in it. Iron Fist is
Yeah.
gonna show up in some things, some episodes, which will like eventually, I'm sure of it, will lead into like their thing where they do heroes for hire, where they're like basically, yeah, you hire them as heroes. I just really want them to merge the two shows because they're like the
Yeah.
weakest of the four shows.
They'll get even weaker.
Yeah, like no, I don't think so. I think if you play off like in the Defenders, the best like parts were when Luke Cage and Iron Fist, Danny Rand were like chilling and talking, and like when they're fighting at was it Midland Circle when they're fighting
the office,
up
yeah.
at the offices, and they show that shot where it's like them back to back, and Danny Rand has fist up. Oh my god, that was so cool, and I really hope to see more of that. Hopefully, they'll smarten up and just put it into two shows, or into one show, merge the two shows into one. That way, they can probably like they'll save so much money just by making only one show out of the two, and they'll probably get even better ratings because you have two Defenders on one show. It just makes sense, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I always like having cameos and
Yeah, cameos are really cool. Though I love cameos.
who doesn't, you know?
Yeah, Punisher. Anything else from you guys?
Lingering thoughts?
Any lingering thoughts on Punisher?
Nah, I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Excited.
that's all I can
10 out of
say.
10. November 17th, boys. Let's see. Going through stuff. We've done Mindhunter. Just want to say, give all the Duolo heads out there a reminder. New Stranger Things on
Tonight.
Thursday night, Friday morning.
If you're listening to this on Thursday night, there's new Stranger Things tonight, bro.
New Stranger Things tonight, bro. Get that out of the way.
Never mind.
Let's see. We'll go a little bit into this. I don't think anyone here is really that interested in it, but EA's Visceral Games shut down, and they're working on the the Star Wars single player game with Amy Hennig, the ex lead on all the Uncharted games, and now it's like I don't know. They're putting it into indefinite limbo. I wrote here, um, which really sucks because I really enjoyed Uncharted 4, and then they just like shutter out fucking Visceral Games.
I feel like if they had released a single player Star Wars game, like people are dying to give attention to anything Star Wars related, you know,
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Like
really
Battlefront
wide
2
fans.
definitely showed that people really want
Exactly.
to play Star Wars games, and a
People-
single player Star Wars game like that'd be amazing. Like I know there was
Say a
this
prayer
game.
for Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, it's 1313. That's what I was gonna say. 1313 was like it looks so great, and it's so sad that we'll never get to play that game. And hopefully, it doesn't like this new Visceral game doesn't like turn into a 1313. But
It's definitely going
yeah,
to. I think
like
it's
if
probably
it doesn't,
it's done.
I think it's probably just gonna be a piece of shit. Like it's gonna suck because they're probably gonna try to like move it to another studio, and it's just not gonna work. They're gonna have like a different vision of the game, and it's just gonna
it'll
be
pretty unfinished. I
Yeah.
feel like, and just unorganized maybe.
yeah.
So
So there's that. Sucks because I really, dude, basically on an Uncharted game in the Star Wars universe. Think about that. Sucks. Really, really sucks.
yeah, it would have been pretty immersive. I feel.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Amy Hennig was like a visionary at Naughty Dog with Uncharted, and
Yeah.
sucks that they're kind of like shutting her out, as I said earlier. So
What
there's
what
that.
happened there? Was it like a?
I don't know, really. Like it seemed like they're doing really well. I don't think it had anything to do with like what direction they wanted to go. I think maybe it was financially or something. Actually, no. EA makes shitloads of money
Probably not financial.
from like loot boxes and stuff. Like I don't know. Then maybe it was a kind of creative thing. They didn't know how to do it. I didn't really read into it that much. I just know that
I don't
they
think
shut
video
down.
games make as much money as you think they do.
It might just just
No,
might-
but
because, like, it's a
micro
whole
EA,
department,
it's
right?
EA though. Like it's
Yeah,
not.
I
They're
don't
not
think
getting.
EA makes as much money as you think they do.
Seriously?
either.
It's a whole like a section, you know, like Visceral Games is like a whole department, right? They'd have to fund it for a lot.
I know, but like EA's backing them. They're the publishers. EA can give them that money. I'm saying like
Ultimately, it's like the uppers. It's their decision.
Yeah.
To decide, do I want to fund this? And maybe it's not the fact that they can't afford it. Maybe they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
They
maybe.
don't think it's gonna
Could be.
give them. Yeah.
But I'm saying like now that you say this, Ian, like you don't think they make a lot of money? Because I think microtransactions are like their biggest profit, and they have to make a shitload of money from that, right?
Well, I mean, I just think that probably kind of basic AAA single player games are probably kind of dead-ish because you can't get more money out of people once you sell them the game, and the game immediately starts losing value after release. Like it's not like
Yeah.
Overwatch
Well,
or
it was
anything
like
that.
Shadow of War, the new Lord of the Rings game. They actually have microtransactions in that single player game, which is really interesting. Like they're
And that's
trying to
still
put
an
it
open
into
world game
they're
too.
trying to put microtransactions into everything. But I understand what you're saying about AAA single player games. They're definitely kind of like moving away from that and doing more multiplayer online stuff, which kind of sucks, but it also makes the ones that are single player more special. Like you don't get an influx of like shit single player games, right? You get like when you see a single player game, like you get excited because there's not a lot of them anymore, and they're probably pretty
Yeah.
good to be published, you know? The publisher
Yeah.
probably has like a lot of faith in it, which is why I was so excited, like one of the reasons why I was so excited for this Star Wars game. And I guess we'll never get it. Sucks.
Say a prayer.
Yeah.
One respect, one like equals one Star Wars prayer.
Yeah,
Equals 11313. Rest in peace, 1313 in Visceral Games. Let's see. I think we're almost done with all the topics here. I think let's go into kind of movie reviews. Over the week, I watched Her, directed by Spike Jonze. Very, very interesting movie. Have either of you
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it?
Oh yes.
No.
I love that movie.
You like
That's
it?
great. Yeah.
Ian, you've never watched it?
Never ever.
Yeah, I just watched it this week, and it was like, oh my god, it was like a really good. I'm not a romance movie kind of guy, but it was like really awesome. It wasn't. It
the
wasn't
thing-
really about. It wasn't all about romance. It was a lot about like artificial intelligence and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it was more about just like, you could feel the guy's emotions a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was a
Joaquin
pretty
Phoenix.
emotional movie. Yeah.
It was
You
pretty
could
interesting.
connect with
Like,
him. Yeah.
he probably had to act on set like without Scarlett Johansson there, right? Like, he was literally talking to himself, which is pretty impressive. Um, what he did in that movie. And I have to say, the colors and the cinematography, all the tech is like super simple yet super advanced. Like, I really liked it.
Colorful. There's like colorful scenes. You know?
Yeah.
I really like
And I
that.
thought the story was really cool. But I mean, wait, can I spoil it, Ian, or are you not gonna watch it?
I mean, if you want to.
Nah, I won't. You watch it. It's really good. But the ending is just like, ah, man, I wish I could say something about the ending because it's pretty memey. But everything
It's
else,
definitely emotional. Yeah.
yeah, it was really emotional at the end. I got really sad. But yeah, it was good. Uh, Ian, you watched Prisoners over the weekend. What'd you think of that?
Great movie.
Another Denis Villeneuve segment in our podcast.
Yeah, shout out Denny. Prisoners and
Like,
Prisoners and Mindhunter kind of like are similar in a way.
kind of
like
thriller
I can
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Prisoners was really good. I liked it a lot. Very edgy, deep, dark.
What'd you think of Wolverine?
Good performance.
Like
Good performance from Chesty Jake. I like Chesty
Chesty
Jake better.
Jake, man.
Chesty Jake had a fantastic
Detective
performance
Loki.
in that.
His name is Detective Loki, and he's got the sweetest haircut.
Also, great, very, very ending. Like the very, very end
The
is
very
really
end.
good.
Yeah, the end. You like that? I mean, it was
like
cool.
Like not the end, but the very, very.
I know
end,
what you're
like
talking
the
about.
last
I know what
scene.
you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
liked
that.
it.
That was nice.
I mean, it
That
wrapped
was
up
nice.
the entire story.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, actually, no, I'd say it's a really good ending now that I think about it. Wait, Cheyenne, have you ever heard of Prisoners?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a really good thriller movie. Watch that, Mindhunters, and Ozark tonight. So get on it. Put that down on your list.
I think we were gonna
Yeah,
watch
how many
Prisoners that
hours
one
do you have
time
tonight?
after
We did, but I think didn't
I
you
left,
leave?
yeah,
You
I
left.
was
We watched
tired.
Prisoners. It was really good. I think Ethan really liked it as well. I'm not sure about Harad because he's just like depressed faced.
He
all the
hates
time.
everything.
Yeah,
He's
basically.
Yeah.
on his phone during movies.
Yeah.
So, great guy to watch movies.
Yeah. So next up on the docket for you, Ian, would be Sicario, right? You're gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Another Denis Villeneuve. I just got myself his French movie Incendies. It's like I don't even know what it's about. All I saw was like it's about terrorists in some third world country, and it's French. So I'm excited to watch that. Another Denis film. And he's going to adapt the book Dune. I actually went to Indigo this weekend and I was gonna buy it, but then I was like, nah. But I really want to read Dune now because I want to see what kind of material Denis trying to adapt, because it's like some sort of sci-fi story in the desert.
I think we talked about this last time.
I don't think we did. Like we talked about it like off the show, but like we haven't really talked about it on the podcast. Do you guys know about Dune?
Yeah, I know what Dune is. It's like space opera. Like they're on a planet. It's like kings and stuff, and they get blah blah blah, and there's big worms and stuff.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
I mean, I think it's like a crazy big series, so it could get The Dark Tower
No,
pretty easily.
I don't think so though, because Denis Villeneuve, like he hates doing. I don't think he hates doing sequels, but like, I don't think he likes the idea of a franchise. Like, Denis has spoken out about like a sequel to Blade Runner. He doesn't want to do one. The only reason he did a sequel to Blade Runner is because he doesn't want anyone to mess it up. That's what he said. And I don't think he has any plans to do anything for like ahead of that, which is kind of like a blessing in disguise, because a blessing in disguise in the fact that it didn't make a lot of money in its opening weekend, because I think it's just like too edgy for some like general audiences. And now we're back to Blade Runner.
It all comes full circle. The Blade Runner Denis Villeneuve fan club.
Yeah, I just love Denis so much, and I want to watch all his films. Can't wait for the next movie he does, which is I think Dune, and he said that's his like passion project.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shout out Denny.
And I guess this will be our last segment, books that we've read, because I know Ian has probably read a bunch of articles and books. So,
Okay, I literally said I was studying all week.
oh,
I
okay.
was
I mean,
studying
I've
all
read a
week this
book.
week.
Not really a book. It's a
Oh,
graphic
Michael.
novel.
Oh, go for it.
I read Superman American Alien, written by my favorite writer of all time, Max Landis. Um, if anyone hates Max Landis, I'm going to kill you, because Max Landis is the greatest writer on the planet. Did Dirk Gently's
Wow.
Holistic Detective Agency. What else did he do? He's doing that new Netflix movie with David Ayer, Will Smith, Bright. He wrote my favorite movie, Chronicle. He's done a bunch of stuff that I love. Um, so I read this. So I got this. I was on Twitter. I follow him, and all I see is like him retweeting all these things, all these great things about his own book, which is kind of like biased opinion, I guess, now that I see it. But, I've heard good things outside of that. I heard that like it's like one of the best new Superman stories. So I picked it up. I don't usually buy comics, but I bought this one, and it's like the entire series. It's just like a 7-issue series on like a different take on Superman, I'd say. And what's interesting about it, I think you'd like this. Ian, you'd like this because it's like an indie kind of vibe to it. They get every issue is a different artist, and it was pretty interesting reading through every issue. Is like different colors, different world, not different world, but like just a different art style, I guess. And it was really cool looking through all of them. Some of them were really, really like simplistic Disney Pixar kind of thing, and the other ones were really, really detailed and whatnot. And yeah, I thought it like brought more to the graphic novel, but the story is basically it's a story about Clark Kent, but what happened if there was actually a Clark Kent in the real world, like not like Man of Steel where he puts on the costume, because one of the things I read in the graphic novel is like he doesn't really have a costume. All he does is just like put on a bulletproof vest, put an S on his chest, and fly around. Like he doesn't really have the kind of old school costume, the Superman, until the very end at least. And
Why does he need a bulletproof vest if he's Superman?
they say that in the comic, and they're like, I think it was because Superman wanted to make everyone think that he wasn't bulletproof, because that's kind of supernatural, but
Yeah.
then he flies, but people see him fly and everything. So now that I think about
Like
it, I don't
flying,
know.
that's
I guess
acceptable.
like
Bulletproof? Hell no.
I guess like the bulletproof vest was like for
he,
his
he tapes
S
rockets to
symbol.
his feet.
His S symbol, like he puts an S on him on his
Next thing
chest.
you see, Luke Cage is just flying above your house.
But he has a bulletproof vest on, so he's not. So he's
Yeah,
bulletproof,
exactly.
yeah. What was I gonna say? And another cool thing that I remember from the book is he actually meets Batman like when in his early years, but he doesn't really. They're not really friends, so they're kind of like frenemies. I would say is like Batman v Superman, and what inspired him to actually like become a superhero was he was like fighting Superman in his house, and then like he grabbed a piece of his cape and he used that cape to kind of build his own costume, which was kind of interesting. It was pretty neat little detail there. But yeah, the graphic novel was pretty cool. I suggest anyone if
Did you finish it?
yeah, I finished it. It was really short. It was like probably 100 pages. It was 7 issues, and like an issue isn't that like you've been to a comic book store, like it's not that long.
Yeah.
So I got the hardcover version. It was really nice. The cover was dope. So that's all I have to say about that. I suggest anyone, if you want to read a cool book, cool graphic novel, read American Alien by Max Landis.
Yeah, and we'll be having Max on the show
Oh my
next
god,
week to
dude!
talk
If
about.
I could talk to Max Landis, man. Max.
Just you wait. We're on 0.1 episode. By episode 200, we'll have Max Landis on the show.
Max and Denis Villeneuve. Those
Yeah,
are the two.
once we have Max and Denny on the show, we've made it.
The two goal guests.
Yeah.
Right now we got the shitty guest, you know.
Right now we have Cheyenne.
Honestly, I appreciate it. Saying a lot.
So
All right.
any other topics we can talk about, or we gonna end it there? Anything
I'm
from
pretty
you,
good
Cheyenne?
at this point.
No, yeah, I think we've covered a lot. A lot to think about. I gotta go watch
Yeah, Ozark, Mindhunter, and what was that movie that we're talking? Prisoners.
Prisoners.
You
Yeah.
got a long night ahead of you. Better
I
finish
do.
that computer science stuff. Make that
Oh yeah,
nav
gotta get
bar.
that out of the way. Pesky computer science.
All right. You guys want to sign out? Your Twitter handles, your names. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to thank first of all Cheyenne Nadiri. You,
Yeah, thank you,
great
thank you.
guest. Great guest. Thanks for showing up
Oh,
and
yeah, thank you.
saying that you haven't watched any of the things we were talking
Yeah,
about.
I know, that's
I,
kinda rude.
I'd appreciate some examples of what we're gonna talk about before, but so I don't care. But it's it's fine.
We probably should have sent you the doc beforehand. I mean, I said I was gonna do it the day before, but I just forgot. But I guess
yeah.
another improvement to the Duolo podcast. We'll get out
Honestly, you
the
learn
doc.
from every experience.
Yeah.
It's good.
You live and you
Improvement is
learn.
good.
Honestly.
I'm
All right.
glad I could be a part of this learning experience.
Yeah, thank you to our special guest, Cheyenne Nadiri. Your Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's Cheyenne Ned. Follow me. I'll follow you back. We can talk about anime.
Ian Vanagas, what is your Twitter handle?
At Ian Vanagas.
And I'm Michael Lau.
Feel free.
Go.
Feel free to send me a tweet. Let me know what you think of the show. Thank you for listening.
Oh yeah.
And here's my
Yeah, please guys, please send us comments because the network is about to cancel us if we don't get any comments or views.
Yeah.
We are really strained
Please,
on cash.
Like, subscribe,
Any investors out there, please look into.
Reed Hastings.
Yeah. My name is Michael Lau. I'm watching Stranger Things on Thursday night, 4 episodes. At I am Michael,
Yeah.
2 L's.
Expect
And,
a big, comprehensive review of Stranger Things next week. Very exciting.
Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone stop it.
Yeah. I can.